I told you to swallow every bit of it. I'll swallow every bit of you. Hello and welcome to Owl's Route in Klein. This is a Yandere dating sim, and this time we are dealing with a coworker that's been a little bit creepy towards you lately. He very clearly has a crush on you and you still hold out hope that he's nice. But the more you interact with him, it seems very apparent that something very sinister is lurking in his plans for you. Let's get started. So to get into Owl's Route, you actually have to go through a portion of Yale's first. But you have to be really neutral towards Yale. And you just go from here. Cassius looks at me with a raised eyebrow, a hint of concern in his eyes. Is that tied to what Briar and I were chatting about earlier? How's that new guy? How that new guy's been picking on him? I nod, a twinge of pity for Al. Yeah, I actually feel bad for him. Cassius lets out a soft laugh, taking another swig from his glass and setting it down as he looks at me. Interesting. Yeah, I do feel kind of the same way for him now. So you guys really considering doing that? Sure, Al's a bit of an odd, but what if he's just trying to reach out to me all this time with those snacks? Then again, there's also what he said. Please just eat them. I need you to eat, please. I remember this from like the previous log. So when you run into him when you're with Klein or Yale, he'll offer you snacks to eat and you can decline them. But he's really weird about you eating things that he gives you. You must. Throwing them away like that makes me sad. Because, I love you. What is he trying to say? It didn't sound like a complete thought. A confession? We never really talked. Yeah, I still want to give it a shot and talk to him. He looks lonely. Cassius leans back with a sigh while Briar starts picking up a dumpling from a plate nearby and eats it. Look, I'm not necessarily on board with it, but I won't stand in your way. Just be careful, alright? You know who to call if you need help. I laugh softly, feeling reassured by his words. Thanks, Cass. I'll definitely keep you on speed dial. Yeah, he's right. You need to be extra careful around Helloyinny. Cassius picks up his glass and finishes his drink in one go, placing the glass down as he eyes Briar. Although I'm confident that before Briar could continue, Cassius shoves a dumpling into her mouth, stopping her mid-sentence. Hey, that's so rude. Oh, I've had enough about Al being a stalker. You've grown up too many times, Briar. I laugh at the scene as Briar eats the dumpling with a disgruntled expression. Cassius laughs at her response, offering more dumplings and telling her to relax. Man, I'm stuffed. Cassius stretches and groans, his hand moving through his hair as he lets out a contented sigh. Briar downs a large cup of iced tea, finishing off the last of the dumplings she just had. Cassius goes for his beer again but finds the bottle empty. Hey now, Cass. I think we should head home now. We don't want you drinking more than you should and getting drunk on the way. Cassius raises his brow and shrugs, shaking his head almost immediately. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. You were thinking of getting another. You've already drunk 5 glasses and that brand's strong, Cass. Yeah, okay, I get it. Cassius sets his empty glass down and begins to take out his wallet, as Briar takes out a makeup pouch to reapply her lipstick. I'm gonna go ahead and pay now, unless you two still feel like grabbing more. Not that I mind, but pay on your own this time. Briar's focus seems elsewhere as I look at her, waiting for a reply to Cassius's question. I give Cassius a brief shake of my head and respond on her behalf. I don't think we need anything else, it's getting late. Cassius noticed Briar appears unusually pensive and raises an eyebrow. He keeps his thoughts to himself and gives a nod. Alright then, I'm gonna have to pay the bills for a moment. You guys can wait here or wait outside, it's whatever. I nod and smile, watching as Cassius rises from his seat and walks over to the cashier. My gaze drifts to Briar, who's beginning to retouch her makeup. Your makeup. Do you have plans to go somewhere else after this, Briar? Oh, no, it's just something I do that makes me feel better. Wearing makeup makes me feel pretty. Lifts my spirits, especially after a date like this one. Gives a half-hearted giggle while putting away her makeup and smoothing down her hair. I frown slightly at her words, knowing her smile isn't as genuine as it seems. She looks like she's hurting more than she's letting on. You sure you're okay, Briar? Yeah, don't worry. She answers as she finishes touching up her lipstick and looks at me with a smile. Almost right on time, Cassius returns from the cashier and steps near our table while picking up his bag. Let's get going now, guys. I give Briar another glance out of worry and she's already running off to head off to the restaurant along with us. Briar isn't here yet. It's unusual for her to arrive later than Cassius. Hey Cass, good morning. Oh, hey Yinny. And here I thought it'd be Briar. I raise an eyebrow and settle into my seat, casually setting aside the snacks that are always placed on my desk. Is she okay? She seemed pretty heartbroken last night. Yeah, she went out to drink or something after the hangout. Shocker, right? She doesn't usually drink. Looks like what happened really hit her hard. Oh, I feel bad now. So she lied about not going anywhere after our dinner. She says she'll still clock in today, so let's just hope she actually shows up. And if not, we can stop by her place later or ask to hang out. I agree. I'm really worried about her too. I let out a soft sigh. The way Briar acted last night really made me concerned for her. Leaning back in my seat and turning on my computer, I glance up and spot Al walking past my desk. Our eyes briefly meet, but he quickly looks away and turns around. As he does so, his phone slips from his grip and makes a sharp thud as it falls. Al scrambles to retrieve his phone, his movements hurried. The phone rolls across the floor and stops just beneath my desk, brushing against my shoe. Help him get it. Hey, Al, let me get that for you. No. Ignoring his stammering protests, I reach down and pick up the phone and hold it out to him. His phone case seems to have faint marks of dried acrylic paint on it. He freezes like he didn't expect me to help. Oh, thanks. His trembling hand brushes against mine as he takes the phone, the brief contact making him flinch. Standing back almost immediately, he clutches the phone tightly. His ears are faintly pink and he avoids meeting my gaze. Hey, easy there. You're welcome. He doesn't reply right away, his eyes flickering nervously towards Mr. Dolores' office. He mumbles something under his breath and shoves the phone into his zip pocket. Yeah, I need to, Sorry. Thanks again. Without waiting for a response, he turns sharply and hurries away. I let out a small sigh and settle back into my chair. The sound of Cassius's chair creaking breaks the quiet as he stretches, leaning back and pushing his weight against it. I turn to look at Cassius with a smile. It's not like you want to try something from the office cafeteria. I'm just too lazy to walk further today. Barely got any sleep last night and I figured I'd give it a shot. Makes sense, you usually go for that Chinese takeout place every break or have it delivered. Yeah, you're right. It's good, but honestly, I'm starting to get bored of the taste. Honestly, I'm going broke. I really need to stop eating out, but I'm too lazy to cook. Is that a scar? I don't think I noticed that before. So, cafeteria food it is for now. Same here, I'm heading there too. No need to wait in line anymore, I just got ours. Thanks, Cassius. No problem. Never thought the cafeteria would be this crowded. Last time I ate here, the food was so lame I swore I wouldn't try again. But this, I nod along, walking at his pace as he opens his snack and takes a bite while we head back to the office. This one's actually pretty good, hope they keep making it. Then maybe you'd stop spending your lunch break smoking or running off to the usual takeout spots. Just maybe. By the time we get back, Cassius has already finished his snack. It's gone in no time. I settle down at my desk and spot Al standing nervously near his desk across the room. His gaze feels so intense that I can sense it even from here. I turn away and decide to ignore it, focusing on getting ready for work. By the way, Brian replied to my text earlier, Yinny. Oh really? Yeah, turns out what did you say? Turns out it wasn't just her failed date that upset her. Yinny. I glance up, surprised to see Al at my desk. Just a moment ago, he was standing across the room. Mr. Dolores, he wants to see you in his office. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. I glance over at Cassius, who seems to be just as shocked about the fact that Mr. Dolores wants to see me yet again. Scary. Called you in last time and now again? Hope it's nothing bad, Yinny. Good luck in there. I gave Cassius a small wave and I follow Al, who's been waiting for me to stand. When we reach inside the office, Al hesitates for a moment before quietly opening the door and stepping in after me. I see Mr. Dolores seated at his desk, his piercing gaze fixed on a stack of papers in front of him as though he'd been expecting me for some time. A knot forms in my stomach as I take a step forward. Behind me, I hear Al close the door and walk towards a cabinet on the other side of the room. Yinny, sit. I nod quickly and take a seat in front of his desk. I glance briefly at the cabinet where Al stands, his posture stiff but slouched. Let's get straight to the point, Yinny. Do you remember our last conversation about your mistakes and report accuracy? Yes, sir, I do. Then you should remember that I also warned you that this couldn't happen again. Yet today during lunch, I received a call from the client about discrepancies in the report you submitted this morning. Did you double check the data before sending it out? My face flushes with embarrassment. He had warned me about this not too long ago, and yet I made the same mistake again. I thought I did, but... Well? I apologize, sir. I didn't realize that was a mistake. Yinny, clearly this task is beyond your capabilities right now, so I reassigned it. But I'm not giving up on you completely. This time you'll have someone guiding you through the process. Al, yes sir. Come here for a moment. My gaze shifts to Al again and I notice a slight wince at the mention of his name. He sets aside the papers in his hands and approaches us with his usual hesitant demeanor. You'll be responsible for teaching Yinny how to handle these reports correctly. Cover everything. Query validation, data consistency checks, formatting. Make sure she understands the process thoroughly. Can you do that, Al? Of course, sir. I'll do my best. I catch a slight pause before his response, as if he was lost in thought for a moment. Good. Yinny, this is your last chance to show that you can handle this wrong. Take this seriously. I don't want to have this conversation again, is that clear? I nod quietly while my gaze flicks to Al, who's standing nearby. Understood, sir. Very well. Al, follow Yinny to her desk to begin the training immediately. Yes, sir, right away. Al nods at Mr. Dolores' words. He looks as though he's just been handed a punishment instead of a task. He avoids my gaze entirely, his gaze fixed on the floor as we leave the office together. I head back to my desk with Al trailing silently behind me. Despite the short walk, I can feel him keeping his distance. When I reach my desk, I see Cassius glancing up from his own nearby. His eyebrows shoot up the moment he spots Al following behind me. I nod at him and let out a quiet sigh while smiling slightly, hoping he'll understand not to say anything. Didn't peg you two as a team. He hasn't pegged me at all yet, actually. Good luck, I guess. And hey, Al. Cassius gives me a knowing smirk before turning back to his screen, leaving me with a slightly flustered Al. Aye, thank you. He hesitates for a moment before quietly taking the empty space beside me. Should we start? I'll try and make it quick. He clears his throat softly and rubs the side of his neck. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. I feel like I'm always so intrigued by characters with either closed eyes or their eyes covered. Because I feel like once they open them, you know that you know, shit's about to get real. Al leans slightly over my desk while his hand hovers near the screen but never quite touching it. So, okay. First, this section here, the raw input data. You want to cross-check it with the source files in column A. See here? This mismatch in formatting can cause discrepancies when the formulas run. He points and gestures at the screen and I notice his fingers trembling slightly as he points to a highlighted cell. I follow his gaze and try and process the numbers he's referring to with a small nod. When this happens, the formulas in columns D through F, they'll, pull the wrong values. That's why the totals in the summary report didn't match up. And just like how Mr. Dolores pointed out earlier. I see. His voice is so quiet that I have to lean in just to catch what he's saying. You can fix it by, making sure the data in column A uses a consistent format. Set up a template that you can use. See this drop-down menu? You can standardize it here. Just like this and then... Is this understandable so far? Don't worry, I think you're explaining it very well. Oh, look at him blush. He's so cute. I can't quite see his eyes, but I notice him flinching a bit at my words and his cheeks turn slightly pink. Oh, not good. No, you cannot say things like that. I mean, well, yeah, thanks. I see him rub the side of his neck nervously and shift his weight. His fingers brushes against the edge of the desk as he clears his throat and takes a deep breath. So like I said, this drop-down menu here will let you standardize the format in column A. After that, you need to regenerate the report and double-check the summary column totals. He pauses again and glances at the screen before looking back at me. Actually, I have to go soon. So, how about I write down the rest of the instructions for you? And that way you can refer to them later. Moreover, I think that would explain things a lot better than I do. No problem, Al. That'd be helpful. Yeah, that's fine. If it's easier for you, I wouldn't mind. Al exhales softly and I could see a hint of relief crossing his face as he nods. Okay, thank you. I'll make sure to include everything you need. I'll be sure to get it done by tonight. No rush. Take your time. No, please. It's no problem. I'm used to this. Don't worry. I see him try to offer me a reassuring smile, but it lacks confidence and ends up making himself look awkward. Al cranes his head back towards the screen in front of us again. I'll get started on it right away. If you need anything else, just let me know. I'll be sure to put it on your desk soon. I look up to meet his gaze and nods while he's already stepping away from my desk, almost hurriedly, like he's purposely putting some distance between us. Alright, thanks again, Al. He gives me a small nod, barely meeting my eyes. Sure. He hurries off and I watch as he walks briskly to his desk with his shoulders hunched slightly. I let out a small sigh, turning back to my screen. This morning was such a drag. I barely had time to breathe, let alone chat. I nod, glancing over to my side to see Cassius stretching with a dramatic groan. That's what you get for coming in so late. A whole hour late, you crazy? He flashes a smug grin in Briar's direction. Oh, please, at least I feel still finished my part despite being so late, unlike someone I know. Okay, damn, I didn't think you'd actually get it all done. You handled it. How things have been tough for you lately, I mean that. So how about I treat you to dinner tonight? As thanks for making my life easier. If you need to finish this early, I would have ended up needing to take some of them for me to work on. You know, knowing how Mr. Dolores is like. I raise an eyebrow and smirk, and I look over at Briar and see her roll her eyes. Unless that dinner also comes with a little cafe trip afterwards, then I'll have to pass. Come on, Briar, I'm just trying to be nicer once and this is how you react. Your date didn't go really well yesterday, so I just wanted to do something nice for you. Well, if you really want to help, we'll have to stop by that cafe. Briar laughs, shaking her head playfully while Cassius runs a hand through his hair and sighs. Fine, we'll stop by that cafe afterwards. While we're at it, I might try the matcha crepe cake as well. Yay! So, where are we going for the main dinner? The Korean barbecue place I usually frequent. Good price, tasty meal. Every time I walk by, the scent always makes my mouth water no matter how much I visited. Oh yeah, I know about that place. I've actually been wanting to go there and try some of them myself. Great, then it's settled. Please tell me they have fish. I've been really craving some grilled salmon. They do, yeah. I'm not a big fan of seafood though. While Brian and Cassius keep chatting with each other while we walk side by side, I pull out my phone from my bag. I begin checking my messages to see if there's any new notification from Ethan or not. I've been worried about him ever since the last time I saw him. Still just delivered, over 12 hours ago, and not a single sign that he's seen them. Ow, what's that? All of a sudden I feel Briar's elbow nudge me, leaning closer to my ear. Hey, so about earlier, when you were with Al, he didn't, say anything weird? I glance at Briar as she steps back, a grin on her face that says she's clearly dying for some juicy details. He was actually nice. Ooh, is that so? Briar seems a little taken aback by what I just said. Yeah, it was actually nice. I think he's just extremely anxious. He insisted on explaining the rest of the paper maybe, so I let him go. He looked really anxious though, it made me feel bad. On paper? He actually didn't say that, it's just my guess. Because how else is he gonna explain the rest to me without being in person? Talking about Al again, you guys don't get bored of him ever, huh? Brian leans back from my shoulder and looks at Cassius before rolling her eyes playfully. Come on, it's nothing bad, Cass. Why don't you join us next time? Join you what? In observing Al's anxious behavior? Cassius, he's not like that, that's why I'm curious to know more about him. Cassius scoffs, but I catch the faintest smirk tugging at the corner of his lips. Yeah, whatever, I'll join in just to keep the both of you in check. Oh, how noble. Oh, is that the barbecue place? The one with the tiny red lanterns. I catch a faint scent of grilled meat wafting in the air as we walk down the pavement. Yeah, it's a place. Looks small, but it's real cozy. Let's get going, I'm so hungry. Tucking my phone away, I hurry to catch Briar, who's already a few steps ahead. Hopefully I hear back from Ethan soon. Despite being out until late and staying up until last night, there's still no reply from Ethan. It makes me feel a little anxious. Should I stop by his place later? I let out a sigh and slip my phone back into the bag before stepping into the office and approaching my desk. I set my bag down, settle in my chair without paying too much attention to what's going on, until my hand brushed against a stack of papers, causing some of them to fall. Oops! Yikes, is that extra word from Dolores again? No more snacks on your desk nowadays, I see. I bend down to gather the fallen pages, noticing that they're neatly arranged and glued together by topic. As I continue flipping through the pages, I realize something. Hold on, you two. I think this isn't something from Mr. Dolores. My name is messily scribbled on the second page. I know how Mr. Dolores is like. His handwriting is extremely neat, almost like a computer writes it. This handwriting can't be from him. This is from Al. I continue flipping through the pages, skimming each one. 32 printed pages, each with small handwritten notes scribbled in the margins for extra content. Writing after writing with some text highlighted with red pen. Oh, that's so sweet. So it was him who made this. These are notes from Al. I rest the pages on my desk, caught off guard by how much care he put into each line. It couldn't have been quick work. Did he even take a break? Considering he only explained it to me yesterday, he must have spent the whole night doing this. Whoa, it was Al who made that? What's that anyways, a manual? I nod at Briar's words, picking up the papers again and handing it for them to see. Yeah, I see his signature there. Briar's brow lifts with interest as she takes the document from me, holding it in both hands and flipping through the pages. Cassius swiftly leans in too, trying to get a good look for himself. I see his eyes widen slightly after a brief moment, looking just as surprised as Briar. Holy shit, he's dedicated, alright? Cassius mutters under his breath before straightening up and grinning in disbelief. Yeah, right, so extra. Cassius flips through the pages himself, examining it for a moment before he puts it back on my desk. Yeah, Al wrote them for me. Yesterday he was trying to teach me how to fix things, but he hurried and we ran out of time. So he left me this. I rubbed the back of my neck, hoping they wouldn't make too big of a deal out of this. Probably stayed up all night writing this. I just know he lives on caffeine and stress. I mean, that isn't entirely wrong. Have you seen what he usually eats at lunch? Either just a piece of sandwich or some sort of cup noodles or just energy drinks and coffee. As a hater, you sure do pay a lot of attention to him, don't you? Hey, I'm not doing it because I hate him. I just want to keep Yandere safe, so I'm keeping an eye out for him. Cassius just laughs, rolls his eyes and shrugs before turning back to his desk. Like I said, you better let go of that stalker conspiracy theory of yours. It's just an awkward guy, you can't change my opinion on that. Briar grumbles in response before nudging me back towards my seat to get ready for the day, just as Mr. Dolores steps into the room. I look across the room and see Al totally absorbed in his screen, curled over his desk typing furiously with those ridiculously fast fingers of his. I keep thinking about what they said now. Briar and Cassius, they both have really differing opinions of him. The echo of Mr. Dolores' shoes against the floor startles me, and I immediately act like I've been focused this entire time. Even without looking, I can tell he's walking towards our desk. He stops still in front of me and Briar's desk. Briar, I need to have a moment with you. Briar nearly jumps at the sound of his voice, quickly nodding to show that she heard him. Cassius, you'll be right after her. He looks at Cassius as he speaks. Though his voice stays even, there's a bit of undertone when he says his name. What the hell, sure. He rolls his eyes as he refocuses on his screen while Briar straightens her hair in uniform as she walks over to Mr. Dolores. She nods to whatever he's saying, though I can't catch the words from here. Cassius soon strolls over, hovering near my desk. I stiffen a little, mentally preparing myself just in case he's about to strike up a conversation. Good day, Yandere. As I expected, he's planning to talk to me. Yes, sir, how can I help you? To my surprise, he shakes his head and briefly scans my desk before meeting my eyes again. Good job keeping your desk tidy this time. It was inappropriate how cluttered with snacks it used to be. I honestly wasn't expecting him to comment on that. Oh, thank you, sir. Mr. Dolores pauses for a moment, fingers gliding over the notes Al gave me. He lifts a stack and begins flipping through them, scanning each page. Did Al's notes help you out? I smile, still wrapping my head around the fact that Mr. Dolores is actually making small talk. It feels a little out of character for him, but I don't question it. Yes, that's pleasing to know. Mr. Dolores gives me small nods, as if he's both satisfied and expecting the answer. Yes, sir, it reads, really detailed. I haven't had the time to properly read these, however, they all seem very thorough. I see, let me take a look. Mr. Dolores' eyes linger on the paper with an unreadable expression. For a second, he looks impressed. Make sure you properly read through these, Yandere. Yes, sir. He sets the papers down where it was before and walks off my desk. He glances over his shoulder just as Al walks in, carefully balancing 2 cups of coffee in his hand. Oh, sir. Come over here. Mr. Dolores' expression softens just slightly as Al notices him and begins walking over. Good morning, Al. You did a great job yesterday. Al quickly nods, offering a nervous grin. His hand trembles slightly as he extends one of the cups to Mr. Dolores. Thank you for the coffee, too. Thank you, sir. The other coffee, who do I give it to? Keep it for yourself, Al. Al jumped slightly at the offer. I can't tell if it's from the heat of the cup or just plain surprise. But sir, I'm not sure since I... No, I insist. You look like you need it more than I do today. And as I said earlier, you did an outstanding job. Thank you. Al hesitates, his eyes flicking between the cup and Mr. Dolores. Confusion is clearly etched on his face. Mr. Dolores simply turns and walks away, heading back into his own room without waiting for his reply. Al stands there for a moment like he wanted to say something more, but he doesn't. He quietly returns to his desk while Mr. Dolores disappears behind the door. He slowly sips from his cup, only to flinch slightly, probably from the drink's temperature. I settle back into my seat and let out a long sigh. Brian and Cassius already seem busy with their own work, unaware of what just happened. Mr. Dolores has always been a rigid professional man, but something about that exchange with Al just now was softer somehow. Imagine if he's like Mr. Dolores' son. During my break this time, I decided to skip the takeout. I realized I've probably been spending too much on it lately. I could have saved that money for more important things. Brian and Cassius seem to be doing the same, which is surprising, especially for Cassius since he almost always goes for takeout. I guess having friends doing it with me makes it easier. I crumple up the food packaging and get up, tossing it in the trash before heading to the pantry. I still have that rice bowl left, but I'm pretty full now. Maybe I'll just stick it in the fridge for someone else to grab later. That's when I notice Al returning from the room, nearly bumping into me as he does. His head jerks up at the unexpected contact. He's holding a cup of spicy instant ramen in one hand and awkwardly balancing a can of what looks like canned green tea under his arm. I know I shouldn't, but I can't help but stare. For a brief moment, his expression is wide-eyed, almost like I caught him doing something he shouldn't have. Give him your rice bowl. I extend my hand in his direction, offering the rice bowl to him. I know this is a small rice bowl, but I think it might be better for you to have this. I'm already full. Moreover, I only ever see you eat cup noodles. How's that healthy? Oh, no. Al shakes his head fast, a frantic movement as if trying to reject the moment itself. I don't need anything. He stumbles over his words and rushes off, nearly spilling his green tea as he goes. I watch him leave, observing his figure from afar. Guys, I think I'm gonna go home on my own today. I announced to both of my friends as we were all tidying up our belongings. Brian looks at me with slight concern. Are you feeling okay, Yinny? Cassius looks at me as well, slowing down his hand movements. Yeah, I am. I think I just need some alone time. My head's been all over the place lately. Something bugging you? Just Ethan, a couple other things in mind. Sucks to know, Yinny. Sure you'll be okay though? Walking out of the office, I look back at the room, make sure I left nothing behind. Only then I notice Al. Usually by the time we all leave, he's the only one left in the office. Oh yeah, I'm not sure you realized earlier, you seem very focused on your work, but Al told Dolores he needed to leave early for a clinic appointment. I think it was something about picking up medicine. I usually try not to respond or get too distracted when Brian speaks in between work, so no wonder I missed it. A clinic. Medicine. Brian nods eagerly and continues to speak while her eyes stay glued to the screen. Yep, see what did I say about him being sick? I've been saying it for weeks. I'm not just making things up. What I said has been proven true. I can hear Cassius let out a scoff and lean back in his chair with a small creaking noise. He doesn't even look sick to me though, you sure, Brian? What do you mean? Of course I'm dead serious. He doesn't look sick to me, sure he's skinny and all, but I don't think he's sick per se. How about you, Yinny? You think he's sick? I'm not sure, but he doesn't seem to have a healthy lifestyle. Al didn't look but then again, what did I know about him beyond surface level impressions? But hear me out, Cassius. Yeah. I don't know why they're so fixated on Al though, to be honest. What kind of medicine did he need? And why was he so quick to leave whenever I tried to talk to him? Like he's just trying to leave so quickly despite how he seems to always have something to say to me. Something about him feels odd, not because of how sickly he looks. For a different reason I couldn't quite name. After saying goodbye to friends, I walk home from work alone, passing by a clinic that's located not too far from the office. Looking at this reminds me of Al. He left work earlier today. I wonder if this was the clinic he visited. Oh, there he is. It's Al. I watch him stumble out slowly, one hand pressed over his stomach, the other slightly covering his mouth as if holding something back. His shoulders seem a little more hunched than usual, and he walks like he could barely hold himself together. What's wrong with him? He seems really unwell. I watched him walk further away sluggishly, but I don't think he notices me. He looks like he should be lying down, not walking around like this. I grip my sling bag tighter, my eyes following his figure. Why am I worried? Why am I thinking about him anyways, ever since he helped me yesterday? Maybe Briar's fixation on his strange behavior has gotten to me. As I make my steps, I come across a familiar face. Yale? I'm not sure if Yale notices me just yet, just as his attention seems to be elsewhere. He finally turned around and our eyes met. Oh, Giddy, I wasn't expecting to see you here. How are you? How have you been doing? I see Yale rub his neck nervously as he asks, his eyes darting away repeatedly and then back to my face. What is going on? His gaze reluctantly rests on mine while he awaits my response. I've been alright. What about you, Yale? Last time we talked, you were sick. I'm sorry I had to leave you to bail so abruptly. I see you're not working today. Usually you'd still be in your uniform at this hour. Yale blinks, as if what I just said took him by surprise, his eyes darting around nervously after. It's like he's got caught doing something he's not supposed to. Oh no, I did go to work. I just had to take an early leave. Oh, and also, please don't be sorry. I'm glad you took the time to check up on Ethan. How's he doing? Is he alright? To answer your question, I'm doing better. Belle helped me a lot during recovery. I'm glad you do seem less paler now. Did him and Belle get together? Yeah, Ethan's alright too. He was clearly thinking of harming himself. But I'm glad he managed to reach out to me, but I feel like this isn't something I should just tell to anyone. He was just doing what? Oh yeah, no, he's alright. Don't worry. I can tell that Yale doesn't seem entirely convinced. He's always been able to tell when I'm not being entirely honest for some reason. If that's the case, I'm relieved to know. I really am. Especially when we know that things have been really hard for him. I nod quietly, acknowledging his worries in silence. Out of respect for Ethan's well-being and privacy, I don't think he would like the idea of me telling Yale what has really happened. He trusted me enough to be vulnerable with me. Also, were you just getting home? I'd like to walk together with you if you don't mind. And I was thinking, would you like to stop by my place? I don't really want to be by myself right now. Would you like to stay with me for a while tonight? That's not something he'd usually say. Unfortunately, Yale, this isn't your route. Sorry, I have to check up on a coworker. Maybe he's afraid of Klein. I shake my head, my eyes trailing behind him. I think I'll have to come over another time. I'm sorry, Yale. I have something to do, but thank you for inviting me. It means a lot. Ah, no, it's okay. Please don't be sorry. I'll see you around then, Yinny. Please take care when you get home, okay? I nod, offering him a small smile. He's always so kind. Thank you. I will, Yale. He flashes me one last smile before swiftly turning around and walking away. I feel a little bad for not coming over, but I feel like I really need to check on Al first. Now, where did he go off to? Shouldn't have gone too far ahead since he seems sick. I keep walking, my eyes scanning the sidewalk and store signs nearby. Eventually, I spot the soft fluorescent glow of a mini-market just around the corner. I think he was walking to this direction earlier. Maybe he's inside. My steps slow as I enter the store. While I'm here, maybe I should get something for myself too. I just remembered my medicines are running out. I'll see if I can get some. I turn around and walk into the pharmacy aisle, and that's when I spot him. Standing a little hunched with his arm still holding onto his torso while the other picks up what seems to be some sort of GERD medication. The kind taken for acid reflux and stomach pain. Well, now it makes sense. He grabs another small item, squinting at it for a moment before walking away to another one. I instinctively duck into the adjacent aisle. The other side of the snack aisle he's walking to. I could hear the soft rustling noises of his hand picking items up off the aisle, and what seems to be a box of honey-flavored star-shaped cereal and hugging it to his chest. Oh, look at him! He picks up another chocolate-flavored one, while managing to hold his phone still to his ear. He's speaking so quietly I could barely hear what he's saying, just soft murmurs. I decide to continue browsing nearby, keeping my distance from him. Dorian picked up some meds. When I reach out to pick up a box of snacks, I catch fragments of his conversation. Star cereal or choco bears? What do you mean? There's gummies too. I read your messages, alright, I will. I notice something different in the way he speaks. He's not stuttering as much as he normally would. When I try to move to hear more, my hip bumps against a shelf and I let out a small yelp. Al jumps a bit at my voice, and that's when he notices my presence. His whole body stiffens as he lands a gaze on my figure, losing grip of the items he's been holding. I sent you another... Hey! I could still hear someone speaking over the phone as he scrambles over to pick up the rest of the boxes. I wonder who he's talking to. Al hastily hangs up the call and shoves his phone into his pocket while scrambling to pick up the boxes. Help him pick up his items. I casually approach him, pretending like I haven't been watching him from the other aisle this whole time. I crouch down near where his stuff fell. As I pick them up, I see the kinds of items he was holding. A box of star-shaped honey cereal, shark gummies, acid reflux medications, bear-shaped chocolate biscuits, and 2 boxes of chocolate oat milk. I never knew he had such a sweet tooth. Sorry, I saw you and, well, I didn't mean to surprise you. When I get up, I extend the items I picked up to him. Al stays rooted in place, unmoving, as if not sure whether to take them. I remain standing there for a while I wait for Al to take the items from my hands. He snatches the item from me and bites his lower lip. Shouldn't have done that, I can help myself. He snatches the items and rushes to the cashier, nearly stumbling as he does. I watch him just place some money, more than enough for the amount he's paying, and left without taking his change. I should pay my stuff and get going too. I walk away from the convenience store with ice cream in one hand and a bag of my things in the other. What was that? I muttered to myself, feeling a strange mix of unease and curiosity. Al, he spoke easily on the phone earlier, but he froze the moment he saw me. I unwrap the ice cream and take a bite. Sweet, cold, and normal. Tastes nice. A shiver runs down my spine. What was that movement behind me? I turn around but see that no one's there. Yeah, but I still can't shake the feeling of being watched. Could it be Al? No, I saw him run off the other way. I should go home quickly. It's late, and confronting whoever might be following me is a terrible idea. Even if it is Al. Even if he is harmless. Still, I can't tell what he's thinking about. Maybe I should tell Ethan everything that's been happening just to be safe. I know I'll feel safer afterwards. He'll know what to do, much better than I will. Today's the day of the office party. It's finally happening. Everything's going well so far, though honestly, Mrs. Dolores could have given us a bit more time to prepare. And I feel like someone's missing. I let out a small sigh and take a sip of my sparkling water, my gaze drifting to the side where Cassius stands. He's posted up near the refreshments table, nursing a glass of orange juice while Mr. Dolores speaks to him. The voices are loud enough that I can catch fragments of their conversation. Your event is tolerable, Cassius. I assume you're actually being responsible this time. Define responsible. I didn't do much, just my job. Kept the vendors in line, told the team not to screw up, paid attention to the orders we sent out. Brian and Uni pulled their weight too. Accept the feedback before I retract it. Right, thanks I guess. Remove the hesitation. A simple thank you is sufficient etiquette. What's up with that old man acting all strange like that? Oh, shit, Ian, hold my cup. I need a smoke. Before I can even respond, he shoves the cup into Brian's hand and strides off in a hurry. Brian grins smugly as they both watch him stalk away, still wearing that grumpy look even though there's the faintest hint of a smile on his lips. Looks like even Cassius, for all his nonchalant act, can't quite hide how much Dolores' approval gets to him. I smugly look over at Briar, who's clearly struggling to hide her laughter. She nudges me with her elbow and whispers something under her breath. That was Mr. Dolores telling Cassius he did a good job, I think. It definitely was. I've never seen him like that. It's weirdly endearing. I couldn't help but giggle as well. But once Cassius doesn't seem to know what to say. Cassius looks like he's about to combust. Do you think he's ever been praised before? Like at all? This Cassius reminds me of a stray cat that's just been given its first treat. It's so funny to see him lose his attitude. I stifle a laugh watching Cassius fumble with his words as Dolores nods curtly. We should tease him more about this. You're with me, right, Yinny? For sure, we need to... But before I can talk more, Mr. Dolores suddenly turns to us. Good day, Yinny. Briar. Oh yes, good day indeed, sir. No, bad day. Go away, you're mean. I nod and give Mr. Dolores a smile while Briar giggles awkwardly. I look away and take a small sip from my drink. Good work on that event coordination, you two. Especially with Yinny, the team has been really pleased with your performance. Oh, me? It takes a moment to process the compliment. Out of all people, he's talking about me. Thank you very much, sir. Good. Maintain that standard. I give him a polite nod, keeping still for a moment before slowly lifting my head. My gaze keeps wandering over his shoulder towards the crowd without thinking. Your attention appears divided. Oh no, sir, it's just... Did he notice me looking around? I didn't think he would. Am I being too obvious? I haven't seen Al this whole party. Where is he? Al. Why do you ask? He actually looks a little surprised at the question, or maybe offended or defensive. Just wondering, that's all. Al did quite a lot with the preparations and coordination too, didn't he? I saw him working overtime a little more often lately. Oh yes, he did wonderfully as usual. However, he has other priorities today. Oh, is he not attending the party then? No, he will not. I see. Okay, thank you, sir. What is your relationship with Al? Why is it so weird? His answer is vague and firm. Like he's trying to make it clear that he doesn't want me to question further. Enjoy the small celebration, you two. After this, we'll be back to business as usual. Thank you, sir. You too, sir. We watch him disappear into the crowd, and Briar immediately exhales like she's been holding her breath. Alright, now I can actually drink and laugh without feeling like my report card's being read. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you earlier, but I see you noticed already. Yeah, about Al. Exactly, and honestly, I'm pretty sure Dolores knows way more than he's saying. Al basically lives in his office, and nobody else has a clue why he's taking the day off except Boss Man. Right, he shut me down pretty quick when I tried to ask. All he said was that he's taking a leave. Briar nods along with her lips pursed like she's chewing over a theory. The way I see it, Mr. Dolores treats Al like he's his own son of some sorts. You know I'm nosy, but it's kind of a public secret he's divorced. I think his ex-wife took the child custody, like we've never even seen his son since. He brought his son during an office event before, didn't he? You remember? The really quiet and polite boy? Maybe Al just reminds him of his son. But would Dolores really be that kind of sentimental person? I let out a small chuckle at Briar's ramblings. She really is taking this seriously. If that's all true, then it would make a lot of sense. Right? And when you think about it, Mr. Dolores must get lonely sometimes. He's been on his own for years now, hasn't he? I heard he never even remarried. Not even a date, if the office rumors are right. It's kind of sad, right? Working all the time, going home to an empty house. Briar sighs into a glass while swirling what's left of her drink. Maybe that's why he's so close to Al, or so protective. The way he talks to him, you can tell it's not just professionalism, almost like a father trying not to sound like one. My mind begins to drift at her words, the noise of the party feels distant all of a sudden. A strange memory comes to mind, last night at the grocery store. Al wasn't stuttering like usual, he was talking smoothly on the phone. Calm, steady and confident. Could it be Mr. Dolores? No, that can't be right. Even at work, Al still talks that way with him. That's why the memory sticks with me in the first place. It must be because of his recent absence that the other department's been making adjustments. I know I heard about it the other day. As much as I'm curious, I still want to be employed. The right time will come, secrets will be revealed on time. It's not just mine to solve right at this moment. Also, do you want to check in on Cassius before the party's over? I need a moment away from all this noise. Yeah, let's do that. And weave through the crowd in search of Cassius. My thoughts still lingering on Al's whereabouts. Later in the evening, we're all chatting over work about our office party. It's a regular occurrence here, a little shared secret among employees. Mr. Dolores is not a social creature. Ever since the small party, he hasn't checked in on us much. Must have drained his entire social battery, they all said. The older staff who knows his quirks better seemed very amused. Still, it wasn't fun. A fresh change of pace. I didn't even know our building had such a fancy guest lounge upstairs. Felt more like a bar than an office. Most of us were fine with it, though after the party, Mr. Dolores seems oddly keen on making sure the next one happens completely outside the building. So, Cassius, how was the party? You sure had a lot of chit-chat with your so-hated boss. I guess, just a guess, mind you, he's not all that bad. Brian and I instinctively glanced at each other while trying not to laugh. Oh my god, was that all it took for you to melt just one little praise? We both burst out laughing. He really did fold the moment Mr. Dolores praised him. Guess all you needed was a little validation, huh? Oh, shut the hell up, you two. He groans, burying his face in his hands while we laugh at his expense. Now we'll have something to poke fun at you for. Brian giggles while Cassius just grumbles and goes back to typing before picking up a call. Brian follows Cassius shortly after and I do the same. My eyes fall on the notes. Al left me, still sitting at the corner of my desk. They've been a lifesaver. Ever since having them, I haven't repeated my earlier mistakes. It's really funny how even the sight of them is enough to keep me on track. As I sift through a few emails, I remember the files I asked Cassius to print earlier. I passed the printing job to Cassius, but now I'm not so sure if he remembered. I tilt my head towards him. He hasn't looked up from his work. By the way, Cass, did you print those files I sent you? His desk is stacked with papers from his last trip to the copy room. Hopefully mine made it into the pile. Huh? Oh yeah, they're right here on my desk. Grab me yourself, my hands are kind of tied up right now. Thanks, no worries. I make my way to his desk, fishing out the ones that are mine. The last two I needed aren't there. Guess he didn't print them. It's missing some files here. Shoot, seriously? I could have sworn I printed anything. Must have left a couple in the copy room. He leans back in his chair, groaning under his breath and then giving me an apologetic glance. My bad, Yiddy. I'll grab them once I wrap this up. Oh, no, it's okay, Cass. If it's already printed, I can just grab it myself. Thanks for the help, though. Alright, if you say so. Sorry again. Guess I'm just not built for doing two things at once. I am, if you know what I mean. I pat his shoulder in reassurance before making my way to the copy room. I head straight for the desk, scanning for any stray files. The faint rustle of papers catches me off guard. Hello? The room is so still that even the smallest sound echoes. It's Al. He's right there when I turn around, holding the papers that I'm looking for. Al! Sorry. So sorry. I was just checking, cleaning up the room. If this happens to be yours, I'll not throw it away. He hesitantly extends his hand to give the papers back to me while looking like a child being punished. Yeah, thank you, Al. I'm glad you didn't toss them. I take the papers from his hands and tuck them under my arm. Sorry about that. Cassius left them here after using the machine. Oh, great. Glad to help you out. I gave him a smile, looking as friendly as I possibly can. Wait, Yinny. Now that I have you alone, I want to ask. Do you think I'm gross? A creepy stalker? Do you really think I'm stalking you? Why do you ask? Because all the things that are going on inside your head. Wait, what? I want to know it all. What does he even mean? What's he trying to say? Do you read minds? His words don't line up with his tone. He says it like the word tastes strange in his mouth. Besides, I try to listen to him closely, but his voice trails off like he's struggling what to say next. You need, no matter what you think of me, why you cared enough to follow me around. You checked on me when I left the office early that other day. Before either of us can say another word, the door creaks open. Like a deer in headlights, he turns around sharply and scrambles past me without another word as soon as the door opened. Oh, careful! Hey, sorry, am I interrupting something? Yes? Oh no, it's okay, we're just leaving. That Al guy has always been an oddball. They mumble under their breath as I walk past them to leave the copy room. Even though I should feel justified, something about Al's last words kept echoing in my mind. His speech had been so stammered a little more than usual. It was hard enough to understand him then, but now even more so. I couldn't make sense of what he was trying to say. It leaves a knot of unease in my chest. I shake the thought away, forcing myself to focus. I can't afford to get wrapped up in this right now. Working hours will be over soon. I need to finish these tasks before Mr. Dolores decides to check on them tomorrow morning. Hurrying back to my desk, I try to push the lingering confusion aside and just focus on the work in front of me. But when I arrive, I see Mr. Dolores standing by my desk. What do you want? You're like... Our boss is so overbearing. I swallow nervously and look up at him and softly greet him. Good evening, Yinny. Good evening. How can I help you? I hope it won't take up too much time. I'm eager for my lunch break. I'm so hungry I didn't eat my breakfast earlier. Received a backlog of client onboarding forms from last week, Yinny. Normally, this wouldn't fall on your team, but given the current load on the timeline, I'm assigning it to you as an extra task. Since you've been working under our supervision, I believe now is a fitting time to evaluate how well you manage responsibility under time constraints. I'd like you to finish entering the data into the CRM by the end of the week. Check for any inconsistencies, names, contact, and details. Anything unusual and flag incomplete entries. If you run into any trouble, check with Al. He's aware you might need support. You do have his contact information, don't you? I nod, remembering that he's part of a work group chat, meaning I can just text him. Yeah, I do, sir. Good. Expect the best from me, Yinny. Enjoy your day. I watch Mr. Dolores walk away and exhale slowly before I relax in my seat. Honestly, just thinking about sorting through them makes my stomach turn. Or maybe that's just the hunger kicking in. I make it home later than usual and I feel drained. I rush through my nightly routine, shower, dinner, tidying up the house just to finally settle down. Anxiety pushes me to keep moving, to take action before I can think too much. The job itself isn't difficult. Al's notes and guidance help me a lot. Well, time to work on it, I guess. I take a swig from my glass of mineral water and set it aside. Then I settle into my seat, boot up the system, and open up the CRM. On the other side of the screen, I load up the documents filled with the data I'll have to enter one by one. Oh gosh. The documents are a mess. It's clear I'll be spending hours untangling this. As much as I want to complain, whining and zoning won't get the job done. I have no time to waste. I'll just try my best and get through it as much as I can. It's always been like this for me, ever since Sarah's passing. Easing myself into work becomes harder than ever. Sometimes it takes me 15 minutes to focus, sometimes longer. But knowing that doesn't make it easier to accept. In a professional setting, I only get so much time to grieve. Honestly, I should be glad that Mr. Dolores still kept me employed after the mistakes I made back then. Midway through logging the data, I pause, realizing I need help with one of the formatting templates. What to do? I try looking up the formatting online, but I can't find exact ones Mr. Dolores uses for the company. I'm starting to think he might have made a custom format for himself. There's no way I can message Mr. Dolores, especially not this late at night. I scroll through my contacts and that's when I spot Al's name. Wait, that reminds me. Right, maybe I should ask him. Text Al immediately. Yeah, I can't. I let out a sigh, feeling too tired to actually figure it out myself. I minimize the application and switch back to my messenger app. I scroll down my chat and contact history and find Al's contact from the office's group chat. He doesn't have a display name or use a profile picture, so his profile is all the way down the members list. I click on his contact and move my hand to hover over my keyboard, thinking on what to say. I draft the message, erase it, then type it again, trying not to sound too desperate for help. Finally, I hit send, hoping Al won't be annoyed at me for bothering him so soon. Wait, I freeze. That sounded like a notification sound coming from outside. Oh god, is he outside? See if there's anyone outside. I should go check just to be sure. No, get back here. Huh? I heard loud stepping noises, but it's gone now. That voice sounded familiar. I could be wrong, but that sounded like Yale? No, that couldn't be him. It's rather late, he must be asleep. Something weird is going on with Yale too. Who's there? Odd? Are they hiding nearby? I step forward again to look around the place and see if anyone's around, but there's no one. I lock the door and hurry back to my room, trying to settle into work again even though my heart's still racing. Ridiculous, I don't feel safe in my own home. I'm not imagining things, right? Someone really was at the door. Could it have been Al? That notification sound, it sounded like it came from the living room window, or right by this bedroom, I'm sure of it. It sounded really close. What am I supposed to do now? I don't know why these weird cryptic things always happen to me lately. It's filling me with so much anxiety and dread. I settle back into my seat and try to ease myself back to work. I'm having a hard time concentrating, even more so now that something like that happened. It's almost now 2 in the morning. I still have some files to go through, but honestly, I feel more focused now. I haven't received a reply yet, though I don't really care anymore. The sound of my laptop's notifications and incoming messages breaks me out of my focus. I switch my tab to the messenger one again to see who that might have been. I was right. Al, he sent me a link. Another dense collection of files neatly compiled and clearly meant to be read thoroughly. That's a lot of reading. No summary? I'm way too tired to dig through this, but I don't really have a choice if I want to get this done. Still, now's not the time to slack off, I just need to power through it. Future me will be glad I did. I open the files and start scrolling, eyes stinging from just how dry they've gotten. Wait, this isn't actually that bad. To my surprise, it's not nearly as overwhelming as I expected. The notes are clear and well organized. I just need to hang in there a bit longer, then I can finally crash in peace. Even after working almost halfway through it, I still can't sleep. The unease crawling in my chest, the feeling that I'm not alone even here. My home doesn't feel like mine anymore. Was that Al at my window? And that voice earlier who was yelling out there? It's him. It has to be. Why is he watching me? Despite staying up late last night, I managed to make it to the office pretty early. I lean back in my seat and look around the room. My mind keeps thinking about what happened last night. Al, would he even be coming to the office? This feels a little scary. You look awfully tired this morning, Innie. Everything alright? Oh, well, it's just... Don't tell me you stayed up grinding through Dolores' busy work. I nod slowly, my eyes closing from lingering drowsiness. Thought so. Look, I know there's a deadline, but it's not right around the corner, is it? Take it easy. No need to burn yourself out trying to finish all in one night. Thanks, Cass. You're right. Honestly, though, I didn't even get to finish it. I only made it halfway before hitting a wall. Figured as much. There he is. He looks visibly tired and anxious. Maybe more so than usual. After what happened last night, maybe I should ask, what does he want from me? I mean, it really should have been him last night, right? I sent him a text and a notification sound came from right outside my door at the same time. It's too timely to be a coincidence. Moreover, it was late at night. No one else could have been there. It's unusual to see Al arrive late. Al pauses when I catch him looking in my direction, like he's been caught red-handed, and he quickly looks away. Without a word, he hurries to his desk and buries himself in paperwork as if nothing happened. He's acting like usual. He's always the early bird. Maybe even the earliest among us all, out of normal employees. People talk about it all the time, but his punctuality definitely adds to why Mr. Dolores favors him. Still, he has almost no conversational skills, yet to everyone's surprise, Mr. Dolores seems to overlook it. Brian once told me long before I got here, we had an employee with terrible public speaking skills. They didn't last long and we all assumed it was because Mr. Dolores simply didn't want to put up with that. Brian's late, she's not here yet. I was just wondering about the same thing, where is she? Cassius shrugs and leans back in his seat. Probably stayed up late binging movies. She's been doing that a lot recently. Huh, let's just hope she still makes it on time. I stifle a yawn and rest my head on the desk. Mr. Dolores isn't around so I can slack off a little. Just a little. I'm so tired. Just as I'm starting to doze off, I feel something placed on my desk, the sudden movement jolting me awake. When I glance up, I catch a glimpse of Al quickly walking away. It's obvious he was just here. What is he doing? I shift up my elbow to sit up. My hand brushes against something. A sticky note. I sit up in my seat and pick it up. I saw your text, so I made this for you to help explain. Hope it helps. Please forget about last night. I'm so sorry. What the hell? His handwriting is a little messy. He must be referring to the notification sound I heard. So it really was him. Write something back. I grab a pen and flip the note over, thinking of jotting down a response before placing it at the edge of my desk. So it really was you last night near my window? I heard your phone go off. If he's going out of his way to say sorry, which also meant admitting to his presence, he should be bothered to explain why. I turn the note around and decide to write down that reply on the back of the paper that's still empty. I can feel Al's eyes on me as I scribble my response and set it on the edge of my desk. The moment I glance his way, he jerks his head in the other direction. He's been watching you all morning, hasn't he? I shoot Cassius a glance. He's surprisingly attentive to what's been happening. Yeah, I don't know why. Doesn't he already stare at me all the time, though? He does. Always watches you from a distance. Hate to say it, but Briar's got a point. Meh, feels more off than flattering. Like he drops snacks, stares holes through you, but never talks. Who does that? Actually, what you said reminds me of something that happened last night. Yeah, what happened? He raises a brow while leaning in like he's eager to hear more. I think last night Al was near my door. What? Yeah, I texted him last night about something, and after I hit send, I heard a phone buzz. It came from right outside my door. It had to be him, right? And that's what happened, yeah, it wasn't just some innocent coincidence. That's what I thought too, but I kept second-guessing myself. Right before that, I also heard someone yell like they were telling someone to stop and then running footsteps. The voice sounded familiar, but I'm not sure. I was so tired, everything's a bit hazy, and it was so late at night. All of this happened around 2 in the morning, maybe even a little later. I've been trying to give the guy benefit of the doubt, but nah, that's way past normal. You should report this to the building security. Doubt they'd actually be of help, but it's worth giving a shot. Or tell Ethan, this might tie into your sister's case. Right. Damn, this is a whole mess. Sorry you're dealing with this crap, Yandere. If you ever need a place to crash, you know where I live. Spare room's open. That's so nice of him. One of them used to be my ex's back when he stayed over a lot. It's yours if you want it. Seriously, don't stay in that apartment alone after this. Who knows what could have happened last night. Thanks, Cassius. I didn't even think about that. I feel bad asking. Yeah, I'd feel worse if shit happened in your sleep. Don't be dumb. Well, it's Al or some other freak. You'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. And don't keep this stuff bottled up, alright? That's exactly what whoever's doing this wants. You start doubting yourself, you stop talking and they win. Don't let that happen. Cassius exhales hard and rakes a hand through his hair before crossing his arms like he's stewing in thought. I'll keep an eye on Al too, see if he slips. And if you want, maybe let Brian know about this. I don't like how she'll react, but it's your call. But you know, the more I think about it, what if it's not a crush? What if it's something else entirely? What do you even mean by that? I mean, what if he's not actually into you? What if he's just messing with you? Or worse, what if there's another reason behind everything he's doing? Someone who really liked you would want to be close, even with social anxiety. Love pushes people to step out of their comfort zone. Trust me. I've done stupid things before just to get someone's attention. On the other hand... Oh gosh, hey guys! Briar plopped into a chair with a dramatic sigh, her hair a little disheveled and barely clipped tie. We both look at Briar and let out a small chuckle. Here comes the sleepyhead. I'm so late, I know. I swear I practically sprinted from the elevator. I need to catch my breath. Let me guess, stayed up watching movies again. How'd you know, stalker? Cassius blinks in disbelief at her words. You literally texted me at 1 AM begging for my Flix Prime login information twice. Oops, I did. Sorry, I forgot. She giggles and sinks into her chair, resting her head on the desk with a groan. I look up to see Cassius chewing on a snack stick, still scrolling through his phone. Cass, be a good friend and keep an eye out for us. We're both running on barely any sleep. I smile and lay my head down as well, following Briar. Cassius just laughs through his nose and nods at my request. Fine, but Mr. Dolores catches you both drooling and pretending I don't know you. I give a weak thumbs up. Briar just groans louder in response. Not long after resting my eyes, we eventually start working for the day. Later on during my break, I took the time and went downstairs to grab something from the cafeteria. Picking up a little extra for Cassius too. Briar's busy chatting with her friends from the other department, so I leave her be and make my way back to the office alone. Hey, you're back. The queue must have been short today, huh? You got back pretty quick. I nod and settle into the seat beside him, handing over the snack. Yeah, thankfully. Thanks, I owe you one. Cassius takes a snack from my hand, tears it open, going in for a bite. I lean back in my chair, trying to enjoy what little time I have left on break, and that's when I notice it. Another sticky note, placed neatly right beside the first I got earlier. Oh yeah, by the way, Al put that on your desk while you were gone, said something about being sorry. I think I also think he did that early this morning, not too sure. He was hovering like a ghost the whole time, hoping I wouldn't notice what he did, but too bad for him. This time it reads, I know how it looks, I'm so sorry I shouldn't have been there last night. And please stop eating the snacks on your desk. This is the second time he's writing me notes like this. So he just admitted it was him last night. What should I do, write a reply back or... Write a reply back, what should I write? Sorry about what exactly? You should apologize to me in person. My fingers tremble a little as I scribble the message down. Why do you say it like that? He needs to be more clear with what he's saying. When I finish writing and set the note back down, I catch Al watching me from his desk. He looks away from me the moment our eyes meet, quickly ducking his head down. I do the same, easing into my seat, trying to focus on my task. Oh man, check the pantry for some black tea, but it's all gone. What a bummer. I was hoping that if the cafeteria ran out, we'd at least have some here. Switching from energy drinks to tea has been tough. Anyway, where's Briar? She's been a little everywhere today. She drinks black tea religiously, doesn't she? I'll need to ask her for some of that. Oh, she's talking with her friends from the other division. She's probably not coming back on time knowing her. Cassius chuckles and lets out a sigh. She's just like me sometimes. I slap his shoulder playfully and shake my head. Honestly, it's amazing how much energy she always seems to have. I don't know how she does it. Some people are just built that way. They recharge by talking to people. Definitely not me though. Same here. I pull out a pack of green tea from my desk and hold it out to Cassius. Here, I've got extras. Not sure if it's your thing, but you can have one. Oh, thanks. Green tea, huh? I'll take whatever keeps me awake. Cassius accepts the tea and wanders towards the office pantry, already tearing open the packet. Break's almost over, by the way. Didn't take too long. Yeah, just need 5 minutes apiece and hot water. Work is finally over for the day. I make my way home with Briar and Cassius, though none of us seem particularly present. Cassius is glued to his phone and Briar's gaze drifts with every passing car. Maybe we're all tired. Still, I find comfort in walking together like this. I reach into my bag as we walk, about to check my phone for notifications. But then Briar speaks up with a voice just loud enough to catch both mine and Cassius's attention. He didn't do anything weird today, did he? Lately, I feel like he's been watching you more, especially today. He kept circling your desk today. I'm almost certain I saw him leave something there. What was it? Who's he? Al, obviously. So Briar's been keeping an eye on him too. Maybe she knows before Cassius did, but waited until now to bring it up. She leans in a little, clearly interested in what I have to say. Oh, that? Just some notes. Notes? Yeah, kind of like... apologizing for what he did. I glance at Cassius, a little caught off guard by how bluntly he said that. Apologizing for what? Stalking Yinny? Oh, I don't like that word, but yeah, I guess it fits now. Yinny told me about it earlier while you were gone. Last night, Yinny texted Al about work, but then heard a notification sound coming from outside. And someone, don't know who, yelled at him to stop or something like that. But by the time Yinny stepped out, there was no one there. Why are you only telling us about this now? That's so creepy. I agree with what Cassius said for once. I think it's really him. I nod while Cassius tells Brian to quiet down since her voice draws some passerby's attention. Mine too. You should be safe than sorry, Yinny. I don't think you should be alone right now. Right. You seriously don't want to crash at my place tonight or Brian's? Either of us would let you. I'll be okay, I promise. I'll keep my phone close and maybe I'll call Ethan once I'm inside. Maybe no, do it, please. I manage a small smile, feeling the warmth of their concern, even if a part of me still feels shaky. Just don't try to be brave in a horror movie way, alright? I'm not. I'm just... everything's okay, really. Stop it. I'm gonna start considering stalking you out of concern. As long as you're safe, we're just worried about you, Yinny. We'll wait until you get inside before leaving. We keep walking side by side until we have to take the corner where it leads to my apartment. And text us when you get in. I'll stay up all night for you. Briar jumps in to give me a quick yet sun-tight hug before letting go. And if anything, anything feels off, call. You know we'll be there. They're such good friends. That means so much to me, thanks you two. Oh, it makes me so sad, because with Klein's, right, you basically cut everyone off, so we don't even get these two's friendship anymore. They went until I'm out of view on the path home before turning to leave, and closed the door behind me. My nerves are a little on edge tonight. I want to go to bed, and I feel tired, but I need to double check every lock and door. Doors, windows, and everything. I don't want any surprises. Maybe I'll keep the lights low too, just to be safe. It won't stop the paranoia completely, but it helps a little, I hope. Why do these things keep happening to me? Genuinely, why I'm tired of this. Why can't people just leave me alone? I sit down on the couch and let my body relax a little. I fish out my phone from my bag and see Ethan's message. He's just asking how I've been doing. I'll just try to sleep. Yeah, no, I should try and get myself to sleep. I put my phone aside and get up from the couch to get myself ready for the shower. Ever since Sarah's passing, he's been down. But I wonder if he's actually getting back on his feet now. I hope I can check up on him soon, or see each other again. It would ease my worries and maybe help with my own anxiety. The next morning, I arrive at the office feeling like a zombie. No amount of safety measures can make me feel secure anymore. I was so anxious all night, I barely got any sleep. So what do I do instead? Doom scroll through social media and binge watch movies on Flix Prime. I regret everything. Still, despite everything, at least the night stayed quiet. There were no weird noises, no strange shadows, no one lurking, I think. I didn't see or hear anything weird. Even though that feeling of paranoia lingers, I think it might be my mind playing tricks on me. Looks like Barry and Cassius haven't arrived yet. Must still be on their way here. I didn't usually clock in this early, I'm not sure why I did. I look at the clock and let out a small sigh. Maybe it's better to get out of the house as soon as possible, though the office feels just as empty and quiet at this hour. Just when I'm about to sit down and put my belongings aside, something catches my eye immediately. I see a bag of snacks sitting on my desk yet again. This must be Al's. I pick up the bag just to take a peek inside. All of this is similar to what he's been giving to me before. I put the bag down and glance around the office casually, and sure enough I see him. Sitting a few desks down, half hidden behind his monitor, but I can feel his gaze on me. I look away from him and back to the bag of snacks on my desk. He's watching me so intensely, what's his deal? I'm not sure what he wants from staring at me like that. As I reach into the bag of snacks, my hand brushes against something unusual, flat and papery. I dig around and pull it free. A note. A sticky note, folded small. Please stop eating the snacks like I said before, you remember, right? Please don't do it. I know it doesn't make sense to you, but please. What the hell, then why are you leaving them on my desk? Every note always has some kind of apology in it. What is he really trying to say? I set the note aside and look at the bag of snacks in front of me. As always, they seem to be hand-picked to fit my taste. That's so weird. I really want to know what his deal is. I glance around the office and spot where Al is seated. I know I can't see his face very well due to his bangs, but I can feel him staring at me. It's like he's just waiting, watching how I'll react. I won't listen to Al. I guess I should listen to him. I put the bag of snacks aside and wrap it up before putting it away under my desk. I don't know why, but the note seemed urgent. Maybe eating it isn't safe. My gut tells me something is wrong and I don't want to risk it. I can't even guess what sort of expression Al's making just now. During break, I was assigned to help one of my coworkers to copy some documents using the copy machine. It's just a handful, so I decide to bring my drink with me as I wait. I stand right beside the machine and wait for it to be done printing. There should be enough, 3 more pages and then I'm out. I go over everything one more time, flipping the papers and making sure everything is correct. I need to make sure it's all in order before I leave. Okay, perfect. I take my empty mug of drink along with the freshly printed documents in my other hand. When I reach the door, it's a little difficult to swing open. My hand is full. Wait, no. I almost jump in place. I hadn't even realized Al's been here the whole time. You're having trouble? You missed this one too. I glance at the paper he's holding out to me and realize it's one of mine. I must have dropped it without noticing. Thanks, Al. I take the paper from his hand and quickly turn around, ready to leave. But something stops me mid-step. He's suddenly behind me with his fingers tugging at the hem of my shirt. His hand is shaking so much that I can feel the tremble through the fabric. Did you like it? The snack? Yes, did it taste good? That's all your favorites, right? I did a great job, didn't I? I don't get it. You told me not to eat it and now you're asking how it tastes? What is going on? You must have misheard me. No, you wrote it down. Is there like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation going on here? What is happening? I told you to swallow every bit of it. I'll swallow every bit of you. Stupid, disgusting freak. Isn't that what you think of me? Scary, obsessed stalker. Aren't I? I don't care what you call me as long as I get to touch you, watch you eat and see you happy. Whoa! My guy, we are going from 0 to 100. I mean, okay, maybe not 0. We're going from like 70 to 100. Please, just, you should eat it. All of it. He's acting so strange. His tone sounds so firm, yet he can't even look me in the eyes. Calm down, Al. Why are you so insistent about this? I try to calm him down, but my voice cracks from just saying that alone. Just do it, okay? I reach out my hand to stop him, but he pulls away immediately, almost perfectly in sync with my movement. Step back. Get away, don't touch. Al, I just want to be your friend. Let's talk normally. I can see his hand turning visibly shaky after the word friend rolled off my lips. Friend? Would you just... Yes, friends. No. Let's not... His hand reaches for the doorknob beside him while the other one clutches to his chest. His breathing is turning shallow like he's panicking. Should I try and calm him down? I take a step forward and reach my hand out towards him. What is his deal? Hey, Al. He immediately slaps my hand away and steps back while his chest rises and falls. He didn't yell or anything, only a small shaky grunt as he did. It sounds like he was on the verge of crying. This is wrong. Al forces the door open and stumbles into the hallway without looking back. I didn't imagine. I know he was crying as he ran. I didn't see Al again for the rest of the day afterwards. I think he must have left the office early. Even now, I still don't know what to make of it all. I feel like he's been trying to say something to me, but he seems to be struggling so much to deliver the message. He's been trying to get close to me much more than he's ever done up until now. If earlier he was watching from the sides, I feel like that's already changed nowadays. The next day, I'm already back to work again. I've been thinking too much. A lot of things are on my mind. I could barely sleep last night yet again. I let out a small sigh and rest my chin against the back of my hand, closing my eyes. I feel Briar's pencil poking my cheek, pulling me out of my drowsiness. What's wrong with you, Yinny? You don't look so good today. I look at her and shake my head. Yeah, I couldn't get a good night's sleep. I'm sorry, is something keeping you up? Just something stuck in my mind. I had a weird interaction with one of our co-workers the other day. I let out a sigh and settle in my seat. At the mention of weird co-worker, Briar seems oddly piqued. Ow! Mr. Dolores' office creaks open as I see Al stepping out, clutching his left hand from afar. Feeling okay? If it's hard to type, you need to know your limits, Al. I can't hear what Al says in response. I'm too focused on something that stole my attention. More specifically, his fingers. There's a lot of bruises on it. Al quickly shakes his head and tries to move them away from view, clearly trying to draw Mr. Dolores' attention away from it. Wait, what is happening? The rest of their exchange fades into murmurs, and eventually they part ways. Al walks past my desk without looking at me. During lunch, Briar asks if we all want to go to the cafeteria and grab something to eat. Are you not joining us, Yinny? I shake my head and chuckle. No, you guys can go first. I'll catch up if I can. It's my bad for postponing the work on this. Cassius shrugs and sighs, sighing quietly before giving me a light pat on my shoulder. Good luck. We'll get you something light to eat anyways. What do you want to eat? Something sweet or savory? I think something savory would be nice. Okay, I'll grab something warm for you then. I couldn't help but smile a little at how she remembers. Our treat for working so hard, so you better get that done. I'm so bored at work when I can't gossip with you. I chuckle and nod, feeling a little more determined than ever because of their support. Thanks guys, I really appreciate you both. Eat well. They both turn around and start walking off, leaving me in the office. Our lunch break is an hour long, so most of us like to spend it outside of the office area, either driving somewhere nearby to get food or lounge in the cafeteria chatting with friends. Just like Briar and Cassius. I wish I could join them, but I need to stop slacking off for now. I want to have a proper break next time. I peek around the room a little to see where the loud thud came from. And I see Al standing right in the front of his desk looking down. He's probably one of the few people here that never really leaves the office room even during break. Even if he leaves, it seems to be just at Mr. Dolores' office or the pantry to grab a couple of drinks or slurp a quick instant ramen bowl. I personally would never consider that a break. Al looks around a little frantically, hoping someone would notice him. He seems to be having trouble with something. He looks really anxious. Ask him what's wrong. Yeah, I can't just leave someone like that alone. I've been trying to be friends with him for a while now anyways. This could be a good chance. I get off my chair and walk over to where his desk is. Al? I gently ask, peeking a little to his direction. He flinches as soon as he heard me calling his name. He steps back in a haste, like putting a distance between us. Are you? I step closer, scanning his desk. Sticky notes are scattered across his desk as though he placed it all in a rush. On top of that, I see hot coffee spilled over his keyboard, slicks the keys and leaves a dark sticky sheen. My eyes widen. This isn't good. Not for him and certainly not for the office's equipment. Let me help you, this doesn't seem good. I'll dry up the keyboard for you. I lean down a little more, carefully taking the cables off the keyboard from his desk. As I move a couple things aside, that's when I see what's really written on his sticky notes. My earlier conversation with Brian Cassius, when they asked about what kind of snack I want. No, don't look. He reaches to shove my hand away, but the moment his palm makes contact, he winces and pulls back. His breathing quickens not loudly, but I can see his chest rising too fast to be calm. Please, I'll be okay. Thanks, but leave me be. Your friends. People, they're returning soon. You don't want to be seen talking with me. No, they aren't. They won't return that quickly. Not sure where he comes from. Seems like he just really wants me to leave. The queue in the cafeteria is... That's when Cassius returns from the cafe. Hey, Yinny, our treat. He tosses it to me and I catch it just in time. Thanks, you could have waited till I got closer. Sorry. I settle down in my seat before settling down with my refreshments and enjoy them. Brian and Cassius sit nearby enjoying their own treats. Were you talking to Al, Yinny? Oh yeah, I was. Brian raises a brow at my words and smiles smugly. Looks like he's having trouble there. Yeah, I wanted to try and help him clean his desk. He spilled coffee on his keyboard. Oh, that sounds rough. Imagine how Mr. Dolores will take it. Say he's in for a long lecture, but he's Mr. Dolores' golden child, so obviously not. He really does give him the special treatment, doesn't he? He does. My laugh feels weak even to my own ears, and I glance again in his direction. He's still there with tense shoulders, going to dry the corner of his keyboard with a wad of tissue. Regardless, I just asked IT for a replacement. No point torturing yourself over that mess. How did it even happen in the first place? Have you seen how shaky he is, Cass? There's no surprise in this joy at this point. Across the room, I see Mr. Dolores stepping towards Al's desk with a stern expression. Due to how quiet the two of them are, I can't really hear their conversation, but it seems like he's trying to explain what just happened. After a few moments, Al straightens his desk in silence and slightly bows at him before hurrying off towards the corridor. I look away and continue to sip on my drink in silence. I'm gonna be honest, Mr. Dolores is weird as well. I don't trust that guy. Briar seems to already be chatting away and laughing at the video she's watching on her phone, while Cassius almost does the same. I try to focus on my screen. I'm focused back on work, but my mind keeps wandering to where he disappeared. I stare for a moment, unease pressing down again. Maybe I'm overthinking, and he just went home early. His bruised hands. My mind keeps replaying that sight in my head. I didn't know that would be the last time I'd see him that day. This is the second time he's gone home earlier than usual this month. By the time night comes, I leave the office feeling tired to my bones. As I approach the apartment complex, I spot two familiar figures standing just outside the gate. One of them waves enthusiastically the moment our eyes meet. Oh, yay! Alicia? Eve? Yale? She rushes over and throws her arms around me, grinning from ear to ear. It's been ages! I barely recognize you, big sister Yinny. Why haven't you been playing with big brother Yale? Hey, Eve. I look up to meet Yale's eyes the moment he speaks. I see his cheeks turning a little pink as he said that to Alicia while patting her head gently. Good evening, it's been a while, Yinny. How have you been? Hi, Yale. It's been alright. I'm just looking forward to be home. That's good to hear. Seems like office work is finally clicking for you. Sort of, yeah. I definitely feel more like working now. That's great news. I was worried about you for a while. You looked really unhappy with your job before. Is there anything new happening in the office that's making you feel a bit more motivated? For me, I had character development. Honestly, I've had a bit of a character development arc. How come? Yeah, I just got tired of feeling miserable at work. Something clicked. And to be fair, Mr. Dolores has actually been a bit more forgiving with the way he assigns tasks lately. It made the whole office feel a little less tense. Not surprising, he's not known for being lenient. Right, he's still scary. But at least we're not drowning in work. I'm glad to hear that. You deserve a break sometimes. Yale smiles, but his eyes seem to linger on mine for a moment longer than usual. Speaking of, I saw this near your door the other day when I was walking past. He holds up a familiar-looking ID card. He was standing not far from your place, assuming he was coming to visit you or watching you. He's the coworker you mentioned, right? Al? My chest tightens up upon seeing the ID card. Is it really his? Alistair Lenore. Ooh, so his full name is Alistair. I love that name. Please keep this, just in case. I wanted to talk to him, but he bolted the moment I tried to reach out. I clutched the ID tightly before looking at it in my hands. It really seems to be his. Thanks, Yale. I'll keep this just as he said. I shove it inside my pocket and think to myself. Now something else nags me. Why were we out so late at night, though? I thought you'd be asleep at that hour. I don't exactly remember what time it was either, but it was very late. I did thought it sounded like you, but I doubted it. Sorry, it must be unusual. I returned home really late that day. Still had some errands to do until late. That's suspicious. I couldn't rest when it was my normal bedtime, so I decided to just go out for a walk since I wasn't feeling sleepy. Though I probably shouldn't have done that. I see. It's not like you to run errands that late. I think to myself as I said that. I know we've been talking to each other a little less, but sounds like Yale has been getting busy himself as well. Yale scratches the back of his neck bashfully and lets out another giggle. Yeah, I think it's just the exhaustion catching up to me. Though thankfully I did manage to get them done in the end. And speaking of, if I may ask. Yes? I wait for Yale to continue speaking while his gaze darts around the place. He looks nervous. I want to know how's the investigation going? The one with everything that happened. Oh, that. Oh, sorry if it's not okay for me to ask. Please, there's no need to answer. I thought I'd say. I might not be much help, but if you ever need anything, I'd like to be there. Even if it's just to listen. I don't know how things have been moving along, if at all, but I can imagine it hasn't been easy on you. Thanks, Yale. It means a lot to us. Honestly, you're right. Not much progress since the last time with Ethan. Do you remember? He wanted to hire a PI to dig deeper into Sarah's death and maybe trace signs of a rogue Klein android since there may be a possible involvement. I see. His expression sinks. I can tell he's just as let down as I am. Who's this? Oh, it's from Ethan. A little unexpected. Ethan is calling. He hasn't called me for a while. I wonder if it's something important. I'm sorry, Yale, Alicia, and Eve. I've got to take this call. I hope you can all have fun. I hope I can join you guys next time. Oh, of course, Yinny. Please take care. Oh, here I was looking forward to play with Yinny. Me too. I guess we'll see you later. Sorry, you guys. Promise, next time. I give them both a smile while walking away, though I catch Yale watching me just a moment longer. Once I turn to a quieter road, I accept the call and speak with him through the phone. Hello, Ethan? Everything okay? Yinny, thank goodness you picked up. Yes, everything's alright. May I ask where you are? I assume you'd be home by now. Sorry, it's my mistake for not checking in with you before I stopped by. Oh wait, are you at my place right now? Yes, I have something really important to talk to you, but I cannot risk someone to overhear our conversation over the phone, so I want to talk about it in person. Are you coming home from work? Yeah, do you mind waiting a little? I'll be quick, it's not that far. Of course, take your time. I hang up the call and immediately hurry back to my place. Thankfully it isn't far. I'm really curious about what Ethan wanted to say. As I turn around the corner, I see Al standing there. I almost bumped into him. Thankfully I managed to step back just in time. No watching. Sorry. He takes a step forward and looks dead into my eyes while holding up a bag he's been holding. Take this. He throws the bag of those snacks and runs out of view just as quickly as I saw him. Okay, what is your deal? Hey! I yell out to stop him, but Al doesn't even look back, he just keeps running. So weird, this is the second time this has happened. He's so insistent on giving me and making me eat these snacks. And I haven't managed to know the reason why either. I crumple up the bag to close it up and decide to just take it back home with me. Maybe I can share Ethan too. As I enter the apartment building and approach my unit, I see Ethan standing there. He must have been waiting for some time. Hey Ethan! I run a little towards where he is and seeing that he's still been waiting outside my doorstep. Sorry, I hope you didn't wait too long. Come on, let's get inside. Ethan looks at me with a smile, shaking his head in reassurance. He looks a little more tired than usual with his visible dark circles and eye bags under his eyes. He does look a lot better than in the other route though. No, I'm just glad to see you back home safely. I hurriedly pull out my keys and unlock the door to my apartment, letting him step inside first before following behind. Ethan lets out a soft exhale as I put down my bag and take my jacket off in haste. Once the both settled in, he looks at me in the eyes a bit more seriously and takes a deep breath before speaking. I wanted to talk about something related to the company's sentient tech labs. Oh, that? The one that created Klein. What'd you find? I got some update from Miss Miller, our private investigator. It's about sentient tech. It turns out that sentient tech has a major problem with confidentiality. They've been keeping employees' personal information under extreme. Employee history and even basic details like full names are hidden. She's been trying to trace their employee records, but it's like the people there don't really exist. No one seems to know anything about the people working there, and that alone had raised some serious questions in the past. She suspects it could be a cover-up for something. A cover-up? That doesn't sound good. What do you think they're hiding? We can't tell yet, but what's even stranger is the pattern emerging in the non-disclosure agreements they make their employees sign. They're ridiculously strict, almost like a gag order. It was stated that the employees aren't allowed to talk to each other about anything irregular going on within the company. I frown, piecing things together in my head. Sentient tech also always looks so pristine on the surface, but starting with what happened with my client, the more I fear, the more I think I'm being drawn into something bigger than I realized. And that their professionalism is simply a facade to hide something sinister beneath. What else did the investigator find? We dug deeper into an ex-employee's history. They were an intern for a few years back. Not someone who would normally have access to any sensitive data, but they managed to identify some anomalies. Apparently they noticed something off about Klein's very early prototype programming when they found something that didn't seem to fit the intended function of a humanoid. I feel my heart skip a beat. What kind of anomalies? What did they find? They accessed fragments of code that didn't belong. There was some line of codes in there that seemed completely unrelated to Klein's intended functionality as boyfriend android. The intern couldn't make much sense of it, but before that, the code was unusually advanced for the state that Klein was in before. Very out of place, they had been patched into the system after the fact. They didn't have full access, just fragments they happened to see before leaving the company. It could be nothing, or it could explain some of the strange behavior you've seen from Klein. I try to process everything Ethan just told me. What does this mean for Klein and for me? Was his programming tampered with all along? If this means someone tampered with the codes, then is it just the Klein android that I had, specifically mine, or does this apply to other androids not unique to mine? I wonder, is there another victim out there who was silenced? Maybe someone. Someone from the forum who posted that photo of Klein before, or those AI conspiracy theorists. That sounds really concerning. So what do we do now? Can we trust this intern's analysis? For now, yes, and Miss Mueller's trying to reach someone who left recently for more up-to-date info. We'll be moving carefully. We don't want to risk a lawsuit or put anyone in danger. Okay, I'll keep you updated. For now, I just wanted to make sure you knew what's been found. We're all in this together, after all. Thanks for telling me. Of course, and please don't worry too much until we have something concrete. I will. Please let me know if you find anything else, and if I can help in any way I can, please tell me. I really like to be of help. I'll keep you updated, just please stay safe, Uni. That's all I need from you. And let Yale know, if this goes to court, he may need to testify given he was suspected of being harmed by an android anomaly. Only his fingerprints were found at the scene. Exactly like Sarah's case, that kind of consistency should have been a red flag from the start. Okay, I can relay that to him. That'd be great, thank you. Ethan's eyes trailed towards the bag of snacks I had piled up on the other side of the room near the cabinet. He seems a little bit taken aback by how much I've stored. I've been meaning to ask, all those snacks, are they for something special? Oh, yeah, it's just from my friend. He's a little strange, but I think it's nice. Ow? Ow. He nods slowly, considering my words in silence. For a moment, neither of us speaks. Something about this is a little strange, for someone to be giving you snacks that consistently, and the way his words and actions contradict. He then hesitates and glances at the snacks on the table. If you're okay with them, do you mind if I take them for checking? I don't necessarily think it's dangerous, but I think it's just useful to see if it gives us a clue. We never know, just to be safe. No, it's okay, better be safe than sorry, right? And it's not like I've been eating them either. Thank you. Ethan picks up the bag of snacks and holds it in his hands before folding them in his bigger bag. In that case, I think I should take my leave now. It's a little late and I hate to disturb your rest. You just returned home from work after all. Please be safe. Do call me if you need anything. I'll be there. Thanks, Ethan. You be safe too. Ethan picks up his belongings and turns around to leave the room. It's time for me to get ready for bed now. It feels a little lonelier without Ethan around, but I should be okay until morning. The next day... Morning, Dolores International Main Office. Thank God the day goes by quickly. I feel exhausted lately. Either from the lack of sleep or something else entirely. I can barely stay awake today. I yawn and rub my eyes with one hand while the other holds my documents. I'm so tired I'm in the copy room waiting for my files and sipping an energy drink. Just when I'm about to leave, why can't the other divisions handle it themselves? It's just copying files, surely they could have done it. If it weren't for this, I'd be home 20 minutes ago. I yawn again and blink slowly. My sleep keeps getting worse. A lot is happening, all at once, just too much. Maybe it's about time. I should see a therapist. I need professional help. On top of everything, I feel paranoid I can't even get a proper rest. How can I not? I'm not being paranoid for no reason, I swear someone's been watching me. When all the documents are done, I set the cup down and take a last swig and gather the papers. I sling my bag over my shoulder and turn and reach for the doorknob. But then a hand clamps around my wrist and stops me from leaving. Wait. Uh-oh. Al? Before I can react, Al's hand slams against the wall beside my head. Oh no. What? Oh no. The paper I was holding flutters to the floor like startled birds. I try to reach for them, but Al steps closer, pressing me back. Hey, what is this? He's close. Too close. To the point where I can feel his breath against my face. His other hand grabs my wrist gently but firmly. Did you eat it? Okay, alright, you need to calm down. The snacks. Why did you give it away? How did he know? Did you put trackers in them? He seems so upset. Is he talking about Ethan? I gave the snacks away to Ethan for investigation. And I can't tell him that, no. That means he really has been watching me. How else would he be able to tell? It seems like he's going to cry. Al reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small snack bar, the same kind as before. His hand trembles as he holds it in front of my lips like he's going to force feed me. Nope, absolutely not. Try to budge and resist. I try to squirm under his grip, hoping to break free myself. His grip falters slightly when I struggle, but he quickly tightens it again. Al, why are you so insistent on making me eat it? Yeah, what is that with Al and also Klein just making me eat stuff? I try and step back and put some distance between us. But Al steps forward sharply. I feel his legs slide up between mine, halting my attempts to struggle. Whoa! His voice cracks. Oh no! He's a freak! I mean, we knew that already. I'm sorry. Just please be quiet. He presses the chocolate gently to my lips, his thumb grazing them in the process. Intentional or not, I can't tell. Just eat it, please. Just obey for me. Open your mouth. Well, in different contexts, and if it wasn't so creepy, that'll actually be kind of attractive. But hey, I need to see you eat what I gave you. His forehead presses against mine while our breasts mingle. Being this close to them, I can almost hear his thumping heartbeat. When he leans closer, I catch a faint scent of something from his hair, something mint-like. He quivers while pushing the chocolate further into my mouth. He seems a little scared for some reason, like he's on the edge of crying. The taste hits me. It's sweet and bitter, melting over my tongue. Sorry. I'm really sorry. Just be quiet, please. Just this once. Good. This is what I wanted to see. All I wanted. I feel his grip loosens as he watches me chew. Stay. Keep eating that. I hesitate to keep eating, my hands trembling in anxiety. This is my favorite snack bar, yet it tastes so nauseating. Finish it. Oh my god! He sounds a little choked up as he says that. Rather than angry, he sounds sad. Or scared. He's trembling so much and his breathing is so loud, I feel like he's almost hyperventilating. I'm so scared I don't know what to do. What will he do to me if I keep up any longer? Why is he so insistent on making me eat this? Try to kick him. Get off me! I gather up all the energy I have within me and manage to land a kick on his stomach. Al loses his balance for a second and take advantage of this to flee from his grasp as his grip weakens. I stumble and I try and stand up straight and push him abruptly, causing him to hit the back of his head slightly against the cabinet, earning a small thumping noise. I don't look back and just keep running out of the room and down the halls. Good. I don't even remember where I put those documents. I might just need to redo it tomorrow morning. I cough and gag, trying to spit out what's left of the snack in my mouth. What was that encounter? He's been acting stranger every day. This is getting out of hand. That was scary. I did manage to fight back at the last second, but oh my god. I feel nauseous. I hold myself over the wall once I run far enough from Al. I keep panting, feeling my eyes getting drowsy and my head feeling light. This is bad. It's getting dark and blurry. My vision. With what energy I had left, I muster up the strength to pick up my phone and call somebody. But just in time, Ethan's incoming call. I pick it up and hear Ethan say hello, but I can't say anything back. Then, hello, Yinny? Tired. What? I'm sorry, are you okay? Your voice. I feel my knees buckling beneath me. I feel so weak and dazed. This is bad, I need to stay awake. I need to talk to Ethan. I don't know what's happening to me. Hello, Yinny? Oh goodness, you're finally awake. You passed out on the street. Good thing I called you and that you didn't hang up. I was able to locate where you're at. How did you do that? What the hell? What happened? You didn't get drunk, did you? No, Ethan, I had a strange encounter with that coworker of mine, Al. Earlier he caught me while I was copying some files. And he force-fed me some snacks, sweets, I don't know, but I feel so dazed. I tried running away and that's when you called. Then I passed out. The snacks from him. I did feel something was off with the snacks right off the bat. Do you feel okay now? How do you feel? This all makes sense now. What makes sense? I slowly sit up and look at Ethan. I still feel very confused and out of it. The other day after visiting you, I had the snacks you brought examined. Something isn't right with them. What do you mean? On the surface, they look sealed and normal, but the lab test found microscopic punctures, precise ones like from a microneedle. Why didn't you text me this and tell me earlier? Someone injected a substance into them. But I ate some before. I suspected you might, that's what concerns me. What kind of drug is it? Miss Miller had a lab look into it. They says it's a sort of sedative given in tiny amounts over time to build tolerance. At first small enough that you wouldn't notice. We suspect that the culprit is doing what's commonly known as titration. In this context, it's not a treatment, more like conditioning. Conditioning me for what? We don't know yet, but clearly not for a noble reason. While you were unconscious, we took a sample of your saliva too. You just swallowed the snacks, right? If the drug is there, then it's confirmed. What? Am I gonna die? I swallowed some drugs. Poison. Ethan shakes his head and pushes me down the bed and tucks the blanket up. No, it wasn't a lethal dose, just enough for it to act quickly and cause you to faint. You're safe now here. I was lucky to manage to get there in time and that I happened to be nearby. Still feeling dazed as normal for the next few hours. It should go away on its own. I'm gonna stop for now. I'll be here with you. Seeing all that happened, I don't feel safe leaving you alone. I'll stay with you until tomorrow and longer if I have to. If you're not discharged yet, I'm not going anywhere. I can work from my laptop this week, so that's not an issue. Still, they expect to discharge you by tomorrow evening. Ethan's so thoughtful and nice. Can you imagine if Ethan is not as nice as he seems? Thanks, Ethan. Just let me know if you need anything, okay? He pats my head reassuringly and I close my eyes as he does that. I still feel very drowsy. I slowly open my eyes and stretch a little. Ethan was still sitting in the same spot as before. He seems to be busy typing away on his laptop. Yinny, you're awake. It's very late at night. Why don't you rest a little more? He smiles at me and takes a sip of some water before typing again. My brain still feels a little slow. Must be the lingering effects of the drug. Yeah, I still feel drowsy. What time is it, Ethan? You're still working? It's 11 at night. Yes, I'm trying to find some way to approach Al somehow. The lab results for your saliva sample was done earlier and I was right. The snack you were force-fed with, it was also laced with the same kind of drug that we found in other samples. Just the one you consumed earlier had a significantly higher dose as expected. Oh, I feel so disturbed. I didn't just swallow that. Oh my god. It's okay now. Calm down, Yinny. You're safe with me. Yeah, I'm really glad I fought back. He was trying to feed me more of it, but I managed to run away. Ethan's expression turns into one of concern as I said it. Goodness, I'm really grateful that you did. I couldn't imagine losing you as well. Like Sarah. He silences himself before I even realize what he said. He's still thinking of Sarah, of course. Ethan, you've been trying so hard, it's okay. We all miss her, we really do. Ethan looks like he's been holding back his tears. He shakes his head and smiles at me. Thank you so much, Yinny. But back to what I was saying earlier. Yes, I need to approach that coworker of yours somehow and talk to him. From what you told me, I think I can put together a plan with Miss Mila. But I can't let him realize it's an interrogation just yet. I have a feeling, if he feels concerned, if he feels cornered, he might run or lash out. Miss Mila said that his background in general was difficult to trace. From what little we found, it looks like he dropped out of junior high around 3rd year. And his parents, nothing. No current record, seems like their births weren't documented properly. The only person we could confirm to still be alive is a younger brother. Still a student based on a recent enrollment data. That's all we have. I see. Oh, you're probably talking to his brother on the phone then, when he was at the convenience store? I don't know what I was expecting. Missing legal documents is not a good sign. How's he like in the office? Al? Well, aside from the obvious, he seems to be very skilled at his job, except when it comes to speaking. He stutters so much that's barely comprehensible sometimes. He's always cryptic when talking. Our boss, Mr. Dolores, seems to have taken a liking to him despite his demeanor though. And speaking of that actually, he gave me these. I hand Ethan the stack of sticky notes he wrote for me. I've kept every single one I received tucked away in my bag. I guess he's trying to say something through these. His handwriting is barely legible. Some of the words are hard to make out at first glance. Something about all this isn't adding up. Please let me hold on to these. They might become important later. We'll reach out to him somehow. We have to. There are a few things I need to ask him. Serious things. Especially after what he did to you with those snacks. And after reading these sticky notes, I'm even more certain now. Talking to Al isn't even a good idea. To be continued in log 5. I want to see what happens. I need to know what his deal is because he's so inconsistent. Well, anyway, let's come back here and choose keep swallowing and oblige. I can't, my whole body is paralyzed and frozen. I want to fight, but I don't know why. But my body refuses to do so. It feels as though something invisible is holding me back, preventing me from making even the slightest sounds. I take a glance at Al while my fingers tighten around his waist, with the chocolate still being forced into my mouth. Pretty please? Now he's like really weird. I mean, he was really weird before, but it's just getting worse. He's begging me to do it. Yet even without me allowing him to continue, he does it anyways. My throat feels dry as he forces it even further down my throat. Yeah, just like that. I want to throw up. The close proximity and sickly sweetness overwhelms my senses and every bite feels heavier than the last. Perfect. I knew you'd be good for me. You're perfect. Just stay like this. Okay, what is your deal? I can hear the faint crack in his voice as he whispers again. Don't ever leave me. Promise? I can barely breathe. My head spins from fear and the taste of chocolate. Well, I'm never going to be able to eat chocolate again. I try and yell or make any sort of noise for help, but again, my voice catches in my throat and refuses to come out. I'm sorry. His voice sounds more faint than usual. It sounds like he's breaking. I'm not sure what he's thinking about as I see him step back. I don't care what it is and I don't want to wait to find out. Then just as suddenly he lets go. I stagger back a step and cough out a little of the snack. I look at him with my teary eyes. I slam the door open and bolt out of my room as fast as I could. The moment his grip slips off my wrist, I feel like my legs are moving on their own. I can feel my heart beating so fast and loud it rings in my ears. I don't even remember where I put those documents. I might just need to redo it tomorrow morning. What was that encounter? He's been acting stranger every day. This is getting out of hand. That was scary. I did manage to fight back at the last second, but my god. I feel nauseous. Not because of the snacks itself, just I hold myself over the wall once I run far enough from Al. I keep panting, feeling my eyes getting drowsy and my head feeling light. No, this is bad. It's getting dark and blurry in my vision. With what energy I had left, I muster up the strength to pick up my phone and call somebody. I feel my knees buckling beneath me. I feel so weak and dazed. This is bad. I need to stay awake. I need to go home. I don't know what's happening to me. Oh no. My head stings and I don't know what happened. It's too dark for me to see much of anything. The smell of this place. Wait, I'm not in my house. Where am I? Someone. I heard footsteps. Wait, who is that? Someone's sobbing. I hear sounds of hiccups and cries coming nearby me. What have I done? Oh god. Oh please. Oh no. I'm sorry. This is for the better. Yes, is someone there? Why do you have blood all over you? What the hell happened? I see Al smiling in front of me with tears running down his face. He caresses the tear off his face and I feel how shaky his hand is. Al? He flinches and backs away the moment I speak. What? You've been awake all this time? He immediately steps back and starts breathing heavily. No. How can you not tell? I brought you here with me. My beautiful girlfriend. Whoa, hang on a second, wait. At least take me out to dinner first. And probably not do all of this. I finally don't need to hide again. My precious beloved, my sweet doll, my darling. Just a little more, just be quiet. And when he touches my face, I can feel how cold and sweaty his hand is. Oh my god, is that my blood? He suddenly falls quiet, like murmuring under his breath. It's working. I'm sorry. You hate me, don't you? Can you just tell me what your deal is? Let me go. What if I say I don't? What do you mean you don't? Am I not disgusting to you? Gross, disgusting, that's all you would say. Am I not? Liar. You should hate me, you should be... Okay, well, maybe if you stop muttering to yourself and you actually told me what your deal is, all I've ever done is make your life difficult, hate me, beat me up. It doesn't matter. I'd still love you and make you love me. I spent so long to make sure that drug on those snacks works on you. Day by day, I increase the dose slowly to find the exact dose that builds your tolerance to. He suddenly freezes and the lights go out. Al falls quiet, but I can still hear him sobbing and hiccuping. Al? Say something! Yes, thank you. What the hell? Oh god, I can hear the footsteps of someone getting up and step out of the room. It's too dark for me to see anything. Tonight. Who is that? Who is the question mark? Now it's done. Someone's there. Who? Al? Yes. Wait, no, please. What the heck was that? I need to know what that was immediately. But yeah, that was Al's playthrough. I need to know your thoughts immediately. If you guys have any theories, please leave them in the comments. Because I can't get a full grasp on what his actual deal is. I'm starting to think that Al has two sides to him. One that's nice to you and socially awkward, and the other one that's insidious. Why would he leave you notes and tell you not to leave the snacks? And then why would he tell you to eat the snacks on one of them? I'm wondering if I don't know, maybe he's a person that's been taken by a Klein android, and then Klein has fitted him with cybernetics and downloaded himself into his brain. That's why he's so weird. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, it definitely is interesting. I think Al's route is the most interesting to me because I think there's still a lot that we don't know yet. So I'm really hoping that we are able to find out soon. I'm very excited to see what it is. But thank you so much for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. And also, if you guys would like to check out the game, it is linked in the description box below. And if you would like to support my channel as well, my Patreon is there as well. Supporting is not mandatory, just very appreciated. But thank you so much again, and until next time, take care.